Hello everyone. Hello guys. Irene, Janice, Olivia. Good evening to the classroom. So let's start our webinar today. Maybe we're gonna just check for a few seconds that everything is okay in terms of our software. I think I'm getting more and more familiar with that. So first of all, I would say some of you are familiar, some of you are not with the classroom. So first of all, I would really be happy to see if you can type and say hi. I think that particular tool we are going to be using today a lot. So you're supposed to see some chat window. And yeah, okay, Janice, hi. Irene already, okay, perfect. And Olivia, I know that you used that particular classroom already many times. So maybe we are going to just wait one more minute because today there were quite a number of people registered. I think more than 30. So even though I know that registering for event is easier than attending it, but nevertheless, I think we probably supposed to have at least, I don't know, maybe 10 people or 15. So let's maybe wait. Yeah, hello, Olivia. Great to see you. Perfect. Well, let me just check that recording is, yeah, recording is okay. And maybe today we are going to be doing also some kind of live coaching session. So just in case, at the moment you all are muted, but yeah, if we need to work and do some very quick coaching session, so maybe I think we will be able to find some person who could use their microphones. In terms of my volume of my voice, guys, is everything okay? Could you please confirm that you can hear me clearly? I don't need to kind of be louder or quieter. Okay, everything is good. Perfect. Yeah. All right. All right. In this case, let's not wait for other people because let's just move forward. Um, First of all, I would like to give you some big picture. Yeah, what we are doing. We are talking about conversational reframing. Reframing, the term came from NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, but you probably could easily make a common sense what reframing is. So when people are, I would say, have certain perspective, we are able to change that perspective, to change the opinion, to change how they see certain situation. So reframing, actually, it's some way of doing it in a conversational manner. You can imagine how powerful and useful that tool could be for coaches. Well, in NLP, the reframing used slightly in different way, and later on I'm gonna explain you the difference, because in the coaching we're supposed to be a little bit more subtle. In the during coaching sessions we cannot really, usually we cannot tell them what to do. That's not how, at least like a classical coaching session supposed to be. Yeah, we are not experts, we are not consultants and whatever. In NLP, they usually, like NLP masters or NLP practitioners, they don't bother with that. They could easily say, you know, what need to be done. So there are some nuances. I mean, they are, so that's why you cannot just take it reframing as it is and move it into coaching and expect that everything is going to be fine. It's supposed to be some kind of transformation, what we do in NLP and what we do in coaching. Well, the whole series of webinars is about conversational reframing, the way we do it in coaching. But because the whole reframing is deeply rooted into the, we call it deep structure, yeah? the set of beliefs, values, and other essential elements of like a human psyche. So we started our webinars from investigating what beliefs are, what is the structure of beliefs, how to elicit beliefs. Then we moved into the, I would say, definition what limiting belief is. So let me just first of all maybe to spend 10 minutes maximum, just refresh what we went through already. And I think it's useful, even if you visited, attended previous webinars, yeah, you could just refresh it. If you didn't, and maybe people will see this particular recording and they, they didn't attend previous webinars. So yeah, it would be useful. But again, we will be those particular elements will be right now just touching, because in your email you're supposed to get link to our YouTube video where all those recordings are in full, so you could see previous webinars. So it's a part of the Headway Lab service, yeah. So you could easily spend and spend some time and see the whole recordings. So conversational reframing and coaching, yeah. And again, the material heavily based on a sleight of mouse by Robert Dilts. I use some other pieces, some other material, but as our teacher, I mean, Dilts was my teacher when I was studying NLP, and he actually covered the module related to beliefs, and I really enjoy his books. So I think it's, for me, it's kind of a really great source and high authority in for that particular NLP studies. Yeah? So first of all, please eliminate. As usual, I go through the typical process of training. I ask guys right now, remove all possible disturbances and switch off your mobiles and close your email programs. I mean, please do that as usual. And again, that webinar is a part of the Headway Learn and Practice Lab. It is just for you to have clear understanding what Learn and Practice Lab is that I'm running business school for coaches, and which has two directions: coaching growth and coaching business. And right now you are in a kind of coaching growth, so because we are covering material related to coaching, and the courses, annual courses, are quite costly, and it does require long-term commitment. So we decided that we will make it much more affordable, and we will move it into the subscription type of level of service, charging literally, I don't know, 20 something or 30 pounds per month. I mean, in 30, maybe 5 or 6 euro. And lots of services will be totally free. For example, right now you can attend all webinars in the coaching growth direction, which is every Thursday, and it's totally free. So you don't need to kind of be concerned with any kind of payments. But part of the Headway Coaching Learn and Practice Lab is going to be free and not free services. And I will explain later the details. Right now we are running free stuff, so we don't need to have any concerns about that. But there will be also very soon I will add business direction of Headway Learn and Practice Lab. It's practically business school, and it is for tiny monthly fee. And there will be, you will be going through, or the participants will be going through the normal business coaching business setup programs, also weekly webinars with the home assignments, with everything. So exactly as we did it in a annual courses, but now you could take months. You could pick up your own pieces which you like, because all recordings will be available, all material, everything, all support. So now we are going to make it very, I think, flexible and affordable for everyone, just for you to know what that lab is really all about. So coaching growth and coaching business directions. And now we are in a coaching growth. All right, so quickly. Yeah, well, let's skip this particular part. I don't want to do that, because usually I ask 4 questions just in order to prepare your mind for our work. But I think next time we're going to do that. Usually I ask what you already know about topic, and how you would like to be during this particular session. So during this hour, what is your most resourceful state? And also, I would like to know what is your motivation? Why do you really want to learn that particular topic? And last question is, what is your plan to practice it? So that particular, like, 4 questions, they are framing the mind of attendees in a certain particular way. So I think it's for you as a trainers, coaches who may be working with the groups. I think it's nice to know that you could move your audience through 4 questions, and they are much warmer. They become kind of in a much more resourceful state. They're ready to train. Yeah, it's almost like physical training, warm up. Yeah, so you are much kind of more prepared to go on. Okay, covering quickly material. Beliefs. What are beliefs? Well, it's generalizations. Generalizations, closely held generalizations about, well, about causation or about meaning. So we have 2 types of connections. What we are looking forward to have in a belief system, or when we elicit or explore somebody's beliefs, we are looking for 2 parts: causation and complex equivalence, like it's taught. I call in a simple way, what means what, yeah, meaning type of connections. Everything will be clear. I will go through that very quickly. And of course, about boundaries about yourself, about world around us, about other people. So practically beliefs, it's when you make a judgment or generalization about anything at all. So it's already, you are entering into the belief system, yeah, of other person. And now you're going to see on your screen the structure of beliefs, which we covered in the previous webinars. Well, just for you to refresh it, there are 3 parts. And when clients say something and you feel that, okay, this is some kind of limiting statement, usually the client never say the whole structure of belief. So usually it's just a tiny small piece. Maybe he will for example, I'm not good at driving, yeah. So you see that being not good or good, so, and driving, yeah, driving is his experience, and good or not good is already evaluation, yeah. So we are entering into the evaluation system. And I am not good at driving, it is a judgment, definitely. But the question is that, what is the evidence? The person didn't tell us at all. What is the evidence? Yeah, you see that middle element is not clear. The person didn't tell us what is the cause that actually could, in his mind, kind of explanation, yeah, of course, why those evidence are in place. So as a result, what person says when he said, I'm not good at driving, actually the part in a circle. So some particular experience which he hasn't clarified as means for him that he's not good. But all other things he just deleted. So for us to elicit the whole belief, we need to ask certain questions. Again, we covered in the previous material. What kind of questions? How do you know that? Well, I'm not good at driving. Yeah. How do you know that? How? Well, every time when I drive, I shake, I feel myself not confident, or I had 3 accidents, car accidents in the last year, obviously. So, okay, now it's clear. Now he's coming with evidences, yeah? So why? Yeah, next question is going to be to go to the causality part. What causes it to be that way? So, or why do you think is that? Why do you think you have 3 car accidents in the last year? Why do you think you're not confident? You are shaking and sweating. Why? Now we are going to the causality part of the belief. So as a result, if you ask several questions, you have the whole structure. And the whole belief, it sounds like, because I haven't practiced enough, and I didn't really attend all the lessons in my driving school, I feel not confident in driving, so I am a bad driver. Yeah. And now we have, now it's a whole belief statement. Yeah? Now you have cause, and then connection, cause effect connection. Yeah. So because I haven't attended all lessons, I have a I don't have a confidence of driving, and I'm sweating when I'm driving. I'm not, and so on. So cause effect. Yeah. Because I haven't attended, I have that particular evidence or effects, and that mean that I am a bad driver. For me, it means that I am a bad driver. And that particular person, that's another type of connection, which is complex equivalence. One means another. The first part connected with the second, cause effect. Second with the third, meaning, complex equivalence. Yeah. Guys, does it make sense so far? What kind of structure belief supposed to have if we go through kind of full elicitation? Yeah. If we are looking forward to have three parts. Yeah. Two types of connections. Please confirm that I can move forward. So I just refreshed that part. If something is not clear, if you need more examples, please refer or kind of visit our previous webinars, and you could look. Okay, perfect. Eren, yeah, everything is clear. Ezer, yeah, good evening. Welcome to the classroom. Erika as well. So perfect. We have more people. So if something is not clear, guys, right now I'm going kind of very quickly through material which we covered in the previous webinars, and recordings are available, and you're supposed to receive emails. Erica, I am surprised that you haven't received emails, because the system set up to send 3 emails, 3 reminders. I have no idea why it didn't work again, and somehow, yeah, I need to double check, because we have 30 participants registered today, and I checked. It seems like supposed to, all those emails with the links, they were sent to everyone. Anyway, so we need to check it again, what's going on. I apologize for that. So in terms of parts of the system, belief system, or certain particular belief statement, it's clear. I hope we're asking those questions. We could ask them, by the way, several times. So as a result, we could go more and more left, and more right. And as a result, we could investigate other beliefs which are connected with this one. But let's go, yeah, let's go through the second part, which we already covered, is what makes the belief limiting. So seems like on a normal kind of human common sense level, everybody can say the difference, where the belief and where the limiting belief. But I think it's nice to have a little bit more than common sense. If we are talking about us as a professionals, and being professionals in the coaching direction, yeah, and we're supposed to have a little bit deeper knowledge than common sense. So what makes the belief limiting? Yeah? So last webinar, it was we covered that in a very detailed way. Right now I'm going to just be jumping quickly just to refresh. And if you haven't attended previous webinar, probably maybe some things will be not clear, but please take a look on recordings of previous webinar. You could always get clear understanding. So there are 3 the most powerful kind of common areas of limitations. When person said something, you could say that there is no hope, yeah? So the statement is hopeless. When it happens, when the belief, so that belief about that certain particular goal is not achievable, regardless of whether that person capable to do that or not. So they say, yeah, I can do that, but I think the whole goal is just not achievable. It's impossible. And so that's what hopeless meaning. There is no hope. That kind of beliefs are we move it into the category of hopeless. That's the one category of limiting beliefs. Yeah. The second one is helpless. Yeah, that what helpless could mean. That the belief that desired goal actually quite possible, but that you are not capable. Yeah, normal kind of simple example. Yeah, is it possible to have coaching business? Yes, it's possible. If in somebody's mind, in order to set up their business, they supposed to run kind of public events, be a public speakers or whatever, or so. And if they have a powerful fear to do that, so they could easily say that, well, yeah, of course, it is possible to set up and build, create your coaching business, but it's not. I cannot do that. So it's not for me. Yeah, I'm not capable. Public kind of appearances, public speaking, I'm shy, and yeah, I'm freaking out. Yeah, for example. So that's helpless. Yeah, that kind of belief belongs to the helpless category. And last one, yeah, worthless. Yeah, and that one is belief that you just don't deserve to reach your desired goal because because of something you are or you have done something. Yeah. So as a result, 3 types of hopeless, helpless, and worthless. And that, guys, right now we are already going into the area of hierarchy of those limiting beliefs. Just think for a second. Worthless, yeah, hopeless, helpless. Tell me, please, could you please write down from easiest to the hardest? By hardest, I mean like easy to deal with, easy to reframe, easy to help people, and more difficult to help. So I would like you to put from easiest to the hardest. What do you think? What would be the sequence? Worthless, helpless, hopeless. From easy to the hard. Could you please type it? And Irene, helpless, hopeless, worthless. Okay. Any more opinions, guys? Olivia, Janice, Erica, Azier, what do you think? Same order, okay? Yes, all right. Well, I agree with you. Helpless, it's the level of capabilities. Yeah, if you're familiar with the NLP, yeah, the same, Erica, yeah, the same. So if you're familiar with NLP, we have that kind of system which Robert Dills developed. We call it logical levels, yeah. Well, it's the first level, easiest level, when you can change circumstances. Yeah, some kind of, it's something which is outside of you, and then you could change behavior. Yeah, so that's already related to you, but it's not very difficult to change. It's possible. And then we go for capabilities, and then we go for beliefs or values, and then we go for identity. Yeah, there are 5 levels. It could be higher, but I'm talking about, like, usually we are referring to the 5 levels. Yeah, circumstances, behavior, capability, beliefs, and identity. And when we say helpless, I agree with you. The easiest ones. What do you think? Which level it belongs to in relation to logical levels? Is it circumstances? Is it behavior? Is it capability? Beliefs? Where is it helpless? Could you please type if you have kind of idea? And guys, don't be afraid of, just guess. I mean, there is nothing wrong. Capability, okay. Circumstances, yeah, Janice, okay. Any more opinions? Capabilities. Well, guys, to be honest, yeah, capabilities, it's the highest one, because usually it could be even circumstances. It could be even behavioral level. So when we are talking about when person need help, yeah, I mean, potentially, if we just create in certain particular circumstances, we already can, the situation could be changed. But like in a classical definition type of, yeah, I agree. It's related to helpless, related to capabilities. But in terms of help, well, sometimes, let's say, some talented guy, open the startup and great idea, and somehow the question is his goal to set up and develop a really powerful business. Yeah. So it seems like lots of things to be in place, but what is missing is actually finances. Yeah, investors. That's what he's looking for. Well, when we are talking about giving somebody substantial amount of money in order for him to reach his goal, what do you think? On which level we are providing help? Is it circumstances? Is it behavior, capabilities? What is it? When we funding, somebody's business, yeah? What kind of help is that? Circumstances. Agree. Exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah, helpless. Yeah. So the person need help, and we could provide help in terms of teaching him and I would say enabling certain capabilities, or sometimes help uh, can come in a lower levels like behavior or circumstances. Yeah, like in my case. Yeah, which I just described. Well, so helpless, that's in terms of hierarchy of beliefs. When you hear someone, yeah, we're going to play right now with examples very soon, just for you to practice. And the second level, let's say hopeless. Yeah, hopeless. What kind of level is that? What do you think? Is it capability, beliefs, values, identity? Where is it? No hope. Yeah, okay, I agree, Janice. Beliefs, values, yeah, the beliefs, values, criteria. There are obviously issues there, and it's already quite high. Well, there are lots of ways how we can change somebody's beliefs. Sometimes we could change it all conversationally without even person knowing. No, like, guys, when we are persuading someone, all that rhetorical kind of competitions in the ancient Rome, I mean, change of belief system can be done conversationally. And Robert Dilts wrote amazing book, Sleight of Mouse, when he provided and kind of a structure for 14 patterns how somebody's kind of belief system can be changed, and lots of stuff can be done conversationally using conversational reframing patterns. And we will be going through all that material in details. But I'm just gonna give you example that, yeah, hopeless belongs to that value criteria and belief level. And obviously worthless, yeah, I don't gonna ask you, it's obviously in the identity level. Yeah, I'm not worth it, or I don't deserve it, and so on, so on. So that's a hierarchy. And guys, could you please give me some examples which you could hear maybe from your clients, or you just know that this particular belief is a limiting? So let's just play for 3 more minutes for you to have a kind of to solidify that what you just covered. Yeah? Please type any kind of belief, limiting belief, which somebody's client could easily say. For us, it's just to have some kind of pool of beliefs to work with. Yeah. Could you please type one belief which we could use right now just for purpose of exercises? Yeah. Okay. Hello. Okay, you can hear me. Perfect. Olivia, I used to be able to do that, but I cannot do it now. Okay. All right. So I used to be able to do that, but now I cannot. Well, I mean, Yeah, it's kind of funny. It could be limiting belief, of course. It could be like a hard reality. No, I just give you like very exaggerated example. You know, some person lost his leg, and he used to be a sprinter. Yeah, for example. Okay, it's a little bit kind of dramatic, but well, is it limiting belief? Well, kind of. I mean, of course he can run. I saw some guys um, using those artificial legs, and they still can run. Actually, yeah, I mean it is kind of limiting belief. But yeah, in certain particular cases, it just could be really kind of not so limiting. But I agree. Still, it is a limiting belief. I'm not good at painting. Okay, perfect. So guys, let's work with the Olivia example. Yeah, and other guys. Like who is not participating, Janice or Asia, please, you could, the more you participate in a discussion, the more you are trying to come up with some, you know, limiting beliefs, the more you engage right now, the better, yeah? So please try to, a little bit lost. Lost in terms of connection or, okay. Okay, perfect, Janice, perfect. Okay, no problem. So now we have already pool of limiting beliefs, yeah? Yeah, no problem, no problem. Easier, no worries. So right now, I just going to explain. Right now, what we've done is that I ask everyone to come up with some kind of limiting belief, just as an example, yeah? Because we would like right now to practice. For example, um, let me just scroll up, and the first limiting belief, Irene, I don't deserve to be helped. Yeah, I don't deserve to be helped. Guys, what do you think? Which area of limiting beliefs hierarchy it belongs to? Worthless, hopeless, or helpless? Could you please type? Identity level. Okay. Worthless. Perfect. Okay. Good. Good job. Let's go for the next belief, limiting belief. Let me just scroll up again. Maybe I can make that window a little bit bigger. Okay. Maybe it's going to be easier for me to scroll. Okay. Good. Um, they all against me. They are all against me. So let's think. Is it worthless, hopeless, or helpless? Take your guess, guys. Okay, we have different opinions. Hopeless, helpless, hopeless. Okay. Well, guys, what I can tell you, as you have learned that when person said some kind of piece which you believe is limiting, it's not necessarily the whole statement. So sometimes you cannot really immediately judge to which level it belongs to. And tell me, please, what we do in this particular case, if something is not really quite clear, what we usually do is, as a coach, what you're supposed to do. Could you please type? Yeah, exactly. Ask more. Yeah, investigate further. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So, or ask, for example, yeah, you could ask, for example, yeah, but yeah, we are investigating more. So sometimes right now, for example, if it's not clear, because in my opinion, it's really not hopeless. I think it's helpless. They all against me. Well, at the moment, obviously, but who knows? Maybe they could be persuaded, and then they are not going to be all against me. You see that there is a all there, yeah. So that's kind of the sign of like a total generalization, yeah. And all or nothing or always or never, yeah, that we have that particular kind of extremes, people, how people use their language. they all against me. Well, what if you could persuade one person not to be against you? Yeah, can it be done? Maybe one, it can be persuaded, and then what happens with the statement, they all against me? They're not going to be all against you anymore. I mean, so the question is, help can be provided, yeah? And but yeah, we could elicit more. We could ask more questions, and then it's going to be very clear: is it hopeless or helpless? But it's definitely not worthless. Yeah? So that belongs to that particular category. I would actually put it in a helpless kind of type. But we could investigate more with the client. So next example is, I don't deserve to be helped. I don't deserve to be helped. Guys, what's your opinion? Hopeless, helpless, or worthless? Which hierarchy of limiting belief area it belongs to? Yeah, worthless. Okay. So what we've done so far, your ears as a coaches, you immediately can tell. Yeah. So when somebody stated and you, oh yeah, well that belief is limiting. Yeah, you could immediately say, you could put it into that kind of hierarchy. Is it worthless? Is it identity level? Is it hopeless, like beliefs or values criteria level? Or is it helpless, which often can be helped in the area of capabilities or behavior or circumstances? Yeah. So as a result, we already have clear kind of understanding where you are, and what later I will explain how you can use reframing patterns and what exactly you need to do in order to help person immediately using conversational reframing patterns. Now, briefly, what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to move them on a level lower. So if he's on a level of identity, you could say the phrase, and we will be going through multiple examples what exactly you need to say as a coach. That person will be moved conversationally on a lower level. So on a level, for example, from identity to beliefs, or from beliefs to the capabilities. Yeah. Or from capabilities, you could say, well, yeah, right now maybe you're not capable to do that, but if we change certain things, and if you right now we are going to design certain particular type of behavior, so after a repetition of and doing that, you will be capable. Yeah, I mean, so there are ways how we could conversationally, yeah, move people to the one level lower, and what will happen is that client immediately feels that relief, because that pressure of identity or belief system, you are moving them to the one logical level down, and conversationally, so you don't even need to kind of go with any particular procedure, and amazingly your client will feel freedom and room and relief. Yeah. And that's why they say, wow, I don't know what happened, but after talking with you, with my coach, I felt like, you know, the heaviness and all that hopelessness and that kind of no exit type of situation just somehow resolved. Yeah, I'm not even sure what happened, how it happened. So that's how conversational reframing looks like or feels like. And it started from very simple. You know, the system of hierarchy of limiting beliefs. When someone said, you know already where he is, you know what kind of reframing patterns you're supposed to use, and you move them conversationally down. Yeah. So we will be going through the whole procedure, but right now we are in a stage of identifying where that limiting belief really belongs to, what kind of area. Guys, so far, does it make sense what we are covering? Is it clear? Ezer, is it clear more or less, the material? I understand for some of you may be difficult jump immediately into the middle of material, because we already kind of covered three webinars before. So I'm a little bit jumping kind of over material, because I don't want to have each particular webinar exactly as it was before. We need to move forward. Okay, clear. All right, perfect, clear. Okay, great. I'm happy. Yes, but I would have liked to have had copy of. Yeah, definitely. So I will send the part of the whole services that I will be providing you with the material, with the PDF files, with the presentations. So everything is totally accessible. You're gonna have it. You will have access to the whole Headway lab. Yeah. So everything what is covered, you're gonna have PDF files. You're gonna have um, and when you will be going through some coaching sessions in your coaching practice, you could already use that material. Guys, the whole idea of that Headway lab is that to have some very digestible pieces of the theory which presented for you in such a way that next minute you could use it already in a coaching session. So that's why, don't worry, you're going to have all PDF files and everything. Yeah? So hopeless, helpless, and worthless. That's where we eventually arrive, and now that's exactly where we stopped last time in the last webinar. So this particular picture, guys, in the beginning it could be a little bit overwhelming. Yeah, lots of things, not clear what to do, and right now we arrive to the point of elicitation and search for limiting beliefs and how to elicit, yeah, certain particular hierarchy of limiting beliefs. Well, don't worry, you just look at that picture without kind of trying to kind of understand everything. So don't get into the overwhelm kind of type of state. Yeah, no worries. I will explain everything here, guys. First of all, look at. Let me just maybe I'm gonna enable my drawing tools. Let's see. I like to draw sometimes. Let me see how it's gonna. You see, there's one rectangular. Yeah. Second, just pay attention to those rectangulars. Yeah. I think those rectangulars are easy to remember. Let's say you're working with a client. What happens? Why that client is hiring you as a coach? Guys, could you tell me, please? What always supposed to be in place? Why someone is hiring coach? Could you just type? What do you think it is? What's the case? Why? They want to move forward. Okay, exactly. I hope, Janice, that it's not just moving forward, but they have at least some kind of idea where. No, I mean, they would like to have a goal. In my understanding, if person doesn't have a goal, yeah, because goal can be framed like problem, yeah, for example, to resolve, but that's actually goal, yeah. My goal is to be there, yeah, and of course, what is the problem? The problem is that I'm here, yeah, I'm not there. That's my problem. So you could talk about reaching goal in a frame of, this is the problem for client, and usually that's the case, because usually when people have a pain, really serious pain, they are able to pay, they will be willing to pay to get help. Because if they are happy and no pain, well, why to bother? Yeah. So kind of pain or desire or wish, it's a level of pain. It's not necessarily toothache, yeah, or headache. By pain, I mean burning desire to be there, not here. And it seems like person cannot reach. It needs. Maybe he believes that the coach could be a really powerful accelerator, yeah, like a catalyst. Yeah? So the having goal or having problem, that's a essence, yeah, of somebody hiring you. If he doesn't have goal or doesn't have pain or problem, what's the point? Why does he need the coach? Yeah. So now let's look at that picture. The person you see on the left side, yeah, the blue one. There is a person. There is a green rectangular. The person wants to reach certain particular outcome. Those two elements. There is a person who wants to reach outcome. Again, it can be framed like, resolve the problem or reach certain particular goal. I mean, the framing could be different. For example, people say, I want to have $1 million. I mean, yeah, it doesn't sound like a problem, but obviously his problem is that he doesn't have enough money for something, for a certain particular lifestyle, yeah? So again, we are talking about two sides of the same coin. That's just the way to describe it, as a problem or as a desired outcome. So right now, I would like you to pay attention. There is a person and there is an outcome he wants to get. That's what usually you as a coach, you are dealing with that particular situation. Yeah. What happens next when you start working with a client? Well, usually after, I don't know, certain amount of work, you and your client, you design certain particular behavior which your client believe will bring that particular outcome. So behavior very often is not quite clear. Someone came to me, oh, like I have a huge issue in my family. Yeah, relationship is kind of really bad, and I would love to get my relationship back. Yeah, outcome is clear. He wants to get back with a great relationship in the family. Well, is it clear what to do? Very often he has no clue. That's why he has a problem. Yeah, the middle part is missing. And then after work with the client, maybe we will design certain particular steps. Maybe that behavior will be clarified. And now we are going to have middle part. So the person believes that that particular behavior will help him to reach outcome which he desires. Yeah? So those three elements, guys, does it make sense what those three elements are all about? And what do you think? Is it possible for you to remember those three rectangular kind of pieces? Please say yes or no, just for me to know if you, okay, because I spent quite a chunk of time explaining the whole kind of picture here. But what I hope is that now, even if you close your eyes, just close your eyes, please. And in your mind, could you please repeat those three parts? I hope I already described it clear enough that what you have usually in the coaching session, yeah, as a, okay, perfect, great. Person, outcome, behavior, yeah, great. So person wants to reach certain particular outcome. What we need to do? Well, we need to find the behavior which will produce that outcome. That's it. Those three things, easy to remember, I hope. Now, as soon as you remember those three things, now you could go much, much deeper. And then now we are coming already with a very, I would say, much more sophisticated work which you can do with your client. I use this particular 5 steps, I know, hundreds of times. The clients are enjoying it fully. It feels like a really professional work what you are doing. You do in a very conversational manner, and let me demonstrate. First of all, I'm going to say a few words again about the whole. Now let's pay attention to this area, the area at the top, this particular area. Yeah? You see there are 5 areas and 5 words, yeah, 5 descriptions. Descriptions have relation to the one description goes to the rectangular, next description goes to between rectangulars. Next one rectangular, next one between rectangular, yeah? Capable is between, and deserving and responsible is rectangle again. So you see that 5 arrows which comes from above, they are getting into the rectangulars or those 2 areas between rectangulars. Yeah. Now I'm going to explain what is it all about. Well, your client wants to reach certain particular outcome. Yeah? The question is, you could ask simple question, and if you do it in a very formal way, it's going to be almost like assessment like, but you could easily do it in a conversational manner. You could ask your client, well, okay, it seems like you described that, what you want to achieve. Yeah, you want to have a great relationship in the family. So tell me, please, from 1 to 10, how much do you want it? How desirable is it for you? Yeah, guys, you see, what we are assessing right now is his level of his motivation to reach that outcome, what he is talking about. Yeah. So the question is, how desirable is it? Yeah. That's the first question. And it's related, the question is related to outcome. You do remember that rectangular, yeah, outcome. So the question already in your mind, how desirable is it? You could ask your question, that question to your client. And you could ask your client to evaluate from 1 to 10. And guys, many times my clients, to my surprise, give me number 6. It's like, wow, okay. It's immediately, yeah. Tell me, please, from 1 to 10, the scale, and for whatever reason, people could say quite a number which somewhere in the middle. What would it mean for us as a coaches that the number is 6 or even 7? Yeah, what does it mean? Could you please type your guess, guys? Don't be afraid to say kind of something which yeah, I mean, no one is gonna judge us. I mean, it's new material for you probably, and I'm not expecting kind of any correct answers. I just want you to be engaged, yeah, not to sleep right now during our webinar. So commitment, okay, level of commitment, not strong enough, not interested, okay, they want something more or different, or yeah, something, fear, yeah, okay, perfect, Diana, great. Guys, what I'm saying is that if I would hear number 7, 6, whatever, I would say, well, there are some limiting beliefs are hiding there. I need to dig deeper there in the area of motivation, because maybe he subconsciously believe that when he reach certain particular outcome, he's gonna lose something valuable. Maybe he believes that when he reach that a particular outcome, he's gonna gain something negative. Yeah. Why people often, for example, they want to be rich, yeah, but when you start digging, maybe in their belief system, they think that when they become rich, they're gonna lose friends, yeah, or whatever, or yeah, there could be lots of different things in a depth, yeah, somewhere deep enough. So when you ask a question, how desirable, and to your surprise, the level is not high enough, what it means that there is something there need our attention, and I would definitely started to dig deeper there. Not immediately, but I would kind of put it in my mind that, okay, we need to work there in the area of why it's kind of not 100% desirable, what's going on. Limiting beliefs are definitely take place there. So we are, by asking those questions, guys, what we really do, we are searching for areas where limiting beliefs are hiding. And we already know hierarchy of those limiting beliefs. Yeah, it could be identity level, worthless. It could be beliefs level. Yeah, hopeless, or capability level, and helpless, and so on. So we covered that material earlier today on the previous webinars. So after that question, which I usually ask my client, I ask next question. Could you please look a little bit to the left? There is a gap between behavior and outcome. Why could be some kind of doubts there? Well, it's easy to explain. Let's say during your coaching sessions with the client come up that this particular behavior will bring that outcome. Yeah. Well, the question is, are you sure? Is it really possible that that behavior will be enough, for example? Is it possible that behavior which client right now focusing on is enough to get to the outcome? So how the question about is it possible to reach that outcome? What do you think? Is it? So now we are not talking about how desirable it is. We are talking about in his mind. How possible is it? So my question to client, from 1 to 10, could you please evaluate in your mind the possibility to reach your outcome? Sometimes, for example, guys, your clients are framing your work like in terms of time. Well, in 3 months time I need to do that, or in 1 year I'm supposed to have my business running and reach certain particular level. So it's not just about like is it possible in general terms. It could be, is it possible in 3 months? Because it all depends how outcome framed. So, but anyway, your second question to your client is going to be, how possible is it from 1 to 10? Yeah? And the person said, well, it's 10. I'm 100% sure that it's completely possible. Yeah? No doubt. Well, for me as a coach, it's clear. Yeah, doesn't look like there are some limiting beliefs there. So I leave that particular area in peace. And I'm going to ask next question. Well, we just designed certain particular behavior. Yeah, we talked about what needs to be done. Yeah, set of steps or whatever. Yeah, procedural kind of part. How comfortable do you feel doing that? So we are going into the middle area. You see that appropriate and ecological. Very often limiting beliefs are hiding because the person is not congruent doing certain things. Even though you could design some steps, someone has no money, for example, I don't know, he was robbed, yeah? And the only way to get home is to beg people, yeah? I mean, begging, yeah? On the streets or dancing for money. I don't know, I'm just kind of giving you kind of silly example, but the point is that, okay, there is a problem, yeah? I need to go home, and the problem is I have no money. Okay, after some brainstorming, we decided, well, if you start dancing break dance on the streets, they're going to get some money, yeah? And we could buy a ticket. Well, not everyone is comfortable dancing on the streets. And some, maybe people just refuse. Yeah? The question is, how ecological, how comfortable do you feel to produce that particular behavior, yeah? To behave or do those steps which you designed. Yeah? From 1 to 10, you're evaluating or checking ecology. And person said, well, it's kind of 50-50. I would say it's a 5. I kind of can do that, but well, I would rather not. Yeah. So again, what does it say? We definitely need to dig deeper there, because 5 is not good enough. There are limiting beliefs there. Maybe person is shy. Maybe he thinks that he's not a good dancer, or whatever. I mean, there are limiting beliefs there for sure, because the assessment, our elicitation procedure shows that clearly, shows that by numbers. Yeah. So, guys, how desirable is it? Is it possible? Yeah. How comfortable are you doing that particular things? So all those 3 questions so far, we are asking our client to put a number on it from 1 to 10. Yeah. And well, you see we have 2 more questions. Yeah. What do you think? Are you capable to do that? Now you see that the difference. Are you congruent and comfortable? It's one thing. It's ecology. It's a middle part. But the capable goes into the gap between person and behavior. Sometimes person kind of just doesn't know how to do it. No skills. Yeah. He cannot even say, how comfortable he is, because he just, if you cannot drive the car, well, how comfortable you are driving, yeah, when you just cannot drive. I mean, you can, it's that different level, yeah. Capability or skills, if he doesn't have it, doesn't make sense to ask even the kind of level of congruency, yeah. So as a result, maybe there are huge issues there, and then as a coach, you need to work there and dig for limiting beliefs, or maybe design certain particular steps. So as a result, we have already how desirable, is it possible? How comfortable are you doing that? Are you capable? Do you have enough set of skills? And last question is that's an identity level part. What do you think? Do you deserve to get that outcome which you are looking for to have? That's a, like, have you earned it? Who is, it's also, there is here like responsible, like who is responsible of for that situation, yeah, you to reach your outcome. So like digging into the kind of I am identity type of question, yeah, because sometimes people say, well, you cannot believe, guys, how many kind of, I would say, limiting strange things could be there as well, because lots of people think that unless they put hard work, they're not really even deserving to reach certain particular outcome, yeah. Like someone, you could say someone is going to take language exams, for example, and he wants to have a 5, yeah, like or 10 kind of evaluation, yeah, if there is from 1 to 10. And you could say, so how do you think, are you right now deserve to have 10? He said, well, it's actually, well, I really didn't spend kind of as much time as I wanted. I don't really, well, probably not. Yeah. So again, so he believes he doesn't deserve. Yeah. So as a result, there are 5 areas, guys, which we need to investigate, and we could do it in a very easy conversational manner, asking 5 questions, and ask person to put some numbers. Yeah. And as a result, you could have, let's say, after asking 5 questions, the question number 1, how desirable is it? The person gave you like 8, and then is it possible? 10. Yeah. How comfortable are you doing it? 5. And then what do you think? Do you have all the skills, and are you capable to do that? Let's say 8. And do you deserve? Yes, 10. So what you can do? The total number, the highest number. Guys, could you please type what the highest number could be? Oh, genius. Yeah, sure. If you need to go, no problem. I know that we already 4 minutes over. 50, exactly, Jen. Thank you very much. So the total number is supposed to be 50, and if you calculate his answer, your client's answer, let's say you're going to have 35. What is going to tell us? Well, we have 15 points down. That's the area of limiting beliefs, the area which we need to work on. And the total score is showing his motivation. It's actually, everything what you've done could be almost like a assessment of motivation. Guys, very often coaches are failing because they haven't done that assessment, and they don't even know that person tell you that he wants to reach the goal, but actually motivation is completely not there. Not there. And then coaches are totally in shock and surprised. Why your client haven't succeeded? Well, because the motivation was not there in the first place. And you as a coach, you haven't even bothered to check it. The person told you that he wants to reach the goal, but if you would dig deeper, if you would ask 5 questions, you would notice that maybe he believes that it's not possible. Maybe he's completely not congruent doing certain things. Maybe he believes he doesn't deserve it. Guys, to tell you as a coach that I want to reach certain particular outcome is not good enough. Yeah, you need to spend a little bit of time, go through the number of questions, dig and work with your client, and then you could assess to assess the motivational level. And you are going to kill, two birds, with one stone. You will discover areas of limiting beliefs. Yeah, there are 5, maybe in gaps, maybe in those rectangles, and you're going to have the total picture level of his motivation. It's a great start to work with the client, and you could do it in the first 10-15 minutes of your coaching session. Guys, does it make sense so far? Again, unfortunately, I was hoping today to take someone and go through the practical kind of demonstration, and I was hoping that you could do, some of you will do it again, but I still hope that now material is a little bit more clear, and probably next session we're going to be moving forward and forward, but next session, the first 10 minutes, we will be just going through the demonstration, and then we move to the next material, because I really want to move to the reframing patterns and how you could elicit cluster of beliefs and other things. Yeah, we have lots of interesting material to cover. Next Thursday we will continue. As for now, guys, is it clear? If it's clear, please say yes. And I'm a little bit already, and it's already evening. Yeah, it's clear. Okay, perfect. Ren, is there any web or so to check the material with detail? Well, yeah, I will send to everyone the PDF files and material and so on. So I will send all that presentation which you just saw. So no worries. Everyone who attended the webinar, and automatically you already belong to the Headway coaching, Headway Learn and Practice Lab. As soon as you attended webinar, I consider you on a free of charge subscription level. I mean, it doesn't require you anything, but you're entitled to get all the PDFs and recordings and so on. So that's it, guys. As for today, it's done. So I have nothing else to say, because I think it's a good time to stop. I would like to make some announcement, because very soon, literally in 12 days, I'm going to start new program. And if you would like to hear the program related to helping people to develop their coaching business in relation to social media, 4 months ago, I designed a new program called Strategic Social Media, and with the idea of helping to our community to do all your work and marketing and everything in a very strategic way, so that actually you are getting results, you have clients, you really can get into the serious business by making certain steps in the area of social media. I already worked with one group which was formed 3 months ago. So now from 1st of August, I will be forming another group. So if you would be interested to hear a little bit more, please stay. And I will spend maybe 5 more minutes, and I will show you what is it all about, and some details. If you are not interested, then it's totally fine. So thank you very much for being here, and I will see you next Thursday. Please sign up for the next webinar. It's going to be next Thursday, exactly at the same time, 8 p.m. UK time. And I'm going to be silent for 1 minute. I'm going to stop recording. And I will see if some of you are still here. Then I will explain what the strategic social media program is all about, all the details. It's going to take you literally 5-7 minutes more, not more. But yeah, so I could just tell you some details here. So let me just stop recording, and that's it about today's topic. And thank you very much, guys, for being here.